All right. Super. All right. Gentlemen, I suggested an opening bit earlier today. I say we have that conversation now. What is the most overrated superhero film?
Okay.
Watchmen.
But why? I like both those movies. Why are they overrated?
You can like them. I like both of those movies too, but they're overrated.
I just hate like how everyone says, "Oh, it's the most serious comic book movie ever," and who
Yeah,
cares?
that doesn't make it good. That doesn't a movie make good make. Like it's not, yeah.
It's
For me, I can see why Chema thinks Logan is overrated. The old man Logan storyline, all that stuff. It doesn't really follow the comic book Old Man Logan. But for me, I think the reason why it's so universally loved is because it's the culmination 20 years of work for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me throw something else into consideration. I am not a Wolverine fan. Like he's not my guy, you know? Like he's not my favorite X-Men. He's not my favorite mutant. And Hugh Jackman is not my favorite actor. So, okay, he fits the character so well. Does he really? Or have we just have not seen someone else in the role? Consider that. Don't react immediately. Consider that. Have we just not seen someone else in the role?
I mean, you could say that's how good he was because everyone else and their mother got changed out in the X-Men franchise except for him.
Two different like franchises were like, nah, this guy. Three technically, yeah. if you count Wolverine's trilogy, the OG X-Men trilogy, and even the new X-Men trilogy, technically he was around for like three different franchises.
And his own trilogy.
Yeah, because canonically it makes sense that it's the same guy. He doesn't age, he doesn't die, he doesn't like, canonically it makes sense. But once we see the mutants in the MCU, he's bound to be played by a different actor. And you know what? Whoever does it might make it better. We don't know. We don't know. We haven't seen it.
That will be an interesting day when they come out with and breaking news, we have our new Wolverine.
And it's Daniel Radcliffe.
I wouldn't mind that. I think
he has asshole eyes like Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson would not make a bad Wolverine, I'll tell you that. I would love to see that.
Can you imagine? What about this? What about Daniel Radcliffe as Xavier and Pete Davidson as Magneto?
I could see it. I could very easily see Daniel Radcliffe as Professor
Sounds like
X.
a cast for a shitty scary movie ripoff.
Oh, they wouldn't fall that low.
Wait, okay. I have one quick question. Is Captain Marvel rated so I can say that's overrated?
You have not said what's your most overrated. Do you think it's Captain Marvel?
Can I use Captain Marvel? Is it even rated though?
I don't think it's considered like it's not universally loved. It is one of the most like criticized movies in the MCU. So no, I don't think you would be doing a hot take by saying it's overrated.
I'd say Captain Marvel's mid.
I say it's better than mid, but my opinion.
I don't know, man. I don't have because I see. God damn it. Okay, I was gonna say Captain Marvel. The Dark Knight Rises, though, we had that conversation. Is it even rated? Like it's hard to think of a movie that's universally
I think it's just there.
I can't think it's not good.
Yeah,
I think it's just there. I think a better thing instead of me saying Dark Knight Rises, Nolan's Batman as a whole, it's good, but it's not great. It's not amazing.
Maybe it's the whole thing with like Chema's theory about Logan is, the whole we had no one else play the part, so maybe that's why he's so universally loved. Yeah. I mean, Nolan's the only director to get a full Batman trilogy. Like Batfleck never even got a solo film. We're one movie into the Patterson trilogy, hopefully. Yeah. Not even
Pattinson for starters, not Patterson.
Patterson, whatever.
Dink.
Pattinson. I mean, one movie with Pattinson, I already like him more than Bale. So,
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
emo Batman?
Yes,
I don't
he's my
want
Batman.
The world to see me.
Yeah, that's my Batman. That's my man's right there.
You know, it's crazy. I thought that the
It is
Nolan
crazy.
films were the most like grounded movies like we'll ever get a Batman.
Yeah.
Nah, bullshit. This was the most grounded movie that we'll ever get a Batman.
But that brings us back to like the first point from Watchmen. Like, oh, it's the most realistic. I don't care about realistic. It's a comic book. The word comic implies that it's a little zany, a little funny. Like, I don't care if it's realistic. I want it to be visual and fun and interesting. You know what's not interesting? Real life. It's fucking depressing. I want escapism.
Oh God, especially right now.
Which is, a great segue into the fucking nightmare that we're gonna review right now. I mean, this could actually happen in real life.
And cue the intro.
Now, someone do the fucking intro.
You may call me the master of the segue. Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Ferny.
And reviewing the Black Phone. This is the rollback. I closed out the thing. Let me reopen it again. Okay. The Black Phone, directed by Scott Derrickson. Never talk to strangers. Finney Shaw, a shy but clever 13-year-old boy, is abducted by a sadistic killer and trapped in a soundproof basement where screaming is of little use. When a disconnected phone on the wall begins to ring, Finney discovers that he can hear the voices of the killer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to our protagonist. So we have this new movie directed by Sinister and Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson, starring Mason Thames, Madeline McGraw, Jeremy Davis, and Maya Hawke's dad. So what do we think of The Black Phone?
Wait, first and foremost, he directed Sinister and which one else?
Doctor Strange, the first one.
Huh, interesting.
I see the Sinister, I see the Sinister part of it.
Well, you mean the fact that Ethan Hawke was in both movies?
No, but like the creepy aesthetic of it. Like it has very slight hinges of the supernatural. It doesn't go.
You want to know something about Sinister?
What?
Can't take that movie seriously because I saw Haunted House 2 before seeing it. So every time I watch it, I'm just like, well, this is just a really stupid concept. And that's because I love trashy horror movies.
It's crazy because Sinister is probably one of my top 10 horror films. I need to watch it every October.
Really?
Jeez. I love Sinister. I love the idea of a real crime author moving into the house and it's haunted and then he's trying to unravel the mystery. I love that. I watch it at least once or twice a year. It's like John Wick. I have to see it once a year at least.
Nice. He also directed The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
There it is. I was like, I know he did something else.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I'm from the trailer, and that's because the trailer I think started popping up in theaters in January. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why the fuck are you showing this trailer for a movie that's coming out in June? But I mean, from the moment I saw it, I was like, it looks interesting. To be honest, I thought it was great. Great thriller. It's not a horror movie.
I'm right next to you. I think this was a super entertaining, very well done little flick. Something that I didn't know was that this movie is based on a short story written by this author called Joe Hill, who is the son of Stephen King. So it's good to know that once there will come a day where there is no Stephen King left with us, it's good to know that, we have another one. So
hopefully not with that strong of a cocaine addiction.
No, it's interesting. If you look at pictures of Joe Hill right now, he looks exactly like Stephen King did back in the 70s.
Oh shit.
It's kind of ridiculous. So we see a movie like this, we see the all of these tropes, they could very easily not work. Like having the whole movie take place in one location, having the protagonist be a little kid, never seeing the face of your antagonist. Mm-hmm. The whole is this supernatural, is it not thing, the fact that it is never explained, the fact that the villain is never explained, all of these things shouldn't work, and yet for some reason they work all together in this one movie that takes place in the 70s, takes a lot of advantages of its environment, of its location, of its acting, and you're left with what I think is like the equivalent of what Malignant was to last year. A little movie done with a small budget, with a great concept that hits it out of the park. I deeply enjoy this. Eddie?
No, I completely agree on both fronts.
Do you agree nuts. Because you too are a fan of playing the game Naughty Boy with your victims?
Oh God!
What is Naughty Boy? Okay, maybe it's the Mexican in me, but what the fuck is Naughty Boy? I've never heard.
Eddie, you tell us. You're a very connoisseur of Naughty Boy with your victims. Please tell us.
I will fucking cut this, and you know why I will cut this. Shut the fuck up. You know better. You know better.
Do I?
I edit this. I can cut around you right now.
But Eddie, what did we'll let Eddie get his review in, and then I think I can pretty much describe what Naughty Boy was.
Well, no, I mean, I assume like the grabber. I think that's part of what makes it scary is the fact that you don't know the story of the guy. You have to go along for the ride as far as like you're in the place of the kid. You know what I mean? You don't know anything about this guy. It's terrifying. We never see his whole face until the very end. Like right
and that's
before
that's killed. like a glimpse that we finally get to really see his face.
A second. Yeah. Like he covers it immediately.
But I like the fact though that they do that it's ambiguous because we're in the same like frightened state as the kid. But no, I like this film through and through. This one was brutal, and not just like with the like villain, like the fact that like those fight scenes with those kids beating the shit out of each other with rocks, like fuck, man, like that was brutal, blood everywhere. Like
it was the 70s. What people didn't complain back then.
I don't think they had anyone to complain to, man. They were gonna say, "Hey, Dad, that kid beat me over the head with a rock, and I'm bleeding everywhere. Don't get any blood on my floor."
When next
in a very Stephen King tradition, the adults are useless in this universe.
They really fucking are, though, man. Like, and it's
even
crazy.
the two detectives are like on thin fucking ice.
Well, dude, okay, look, I'm not. I don't want to pick this film apart too much, but what kind of fucking detectives go to a little girl and they're like, "Hey, your dreams. Tell me more."
Well, they're probably thinking like she might be saying dreams as a way to say like
wishes.
I've seen where these kids are like murdered. Like she's a witness, but she's a kid and she doesn't know how to say like I'm a witness to a crime. So they're probably thinking that, not literally like her dreams. It's just kind of like kid psychology 101. You just get down to her level talking about what they're talking about, and then you get them to say whatever you want.
Huh. Did not think about that. Is that the crime the crime major in you, Ferny?
No, I mean it's just I mean that's what I've seen Law and Order SVU 1,000 times, guy. I know what I'm doing.
Didn't consider that.
But yeah, like this movie, the one scene where the daughter is fucking catching it from the dad.
Oh,
holy shit! I was like, that's some 70s hitting right there.
Hard to watch. That scene was actually really hard to watch.
But props to her acting, man. That little girl, like how old is she? What, 8, 9, maybe?
I have no clue, but I think it's safe to say she stole best performance in this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She was my fucking favorite.
She's 13.
Is she the same little girl from Ferny? What was that newspaper one that you liked? Remember on Apple TV?
Spotlight? Oh no, that's not her.
Not Spotlight.
No, yeah, that's not her. It's fuck.
Well, there's a show.
Home Before Dark.
There you go, that one. Yeah, it's a really good show on Apple TV, and the main actress from there is really good. She carries the show. Like,
that's not her, dude.
Yeah,
really? I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's not her.
Apparently, she's in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but what does she play in Ant-Man and the Wasp? She plays a Hope when she's a kid. So that's her.
Huh. That
And
makes sense.
apparently she voices Bonnie in the Toy Story movies too.
Huh. I do
Man.
like that they. I mean, it's the dialogue is very 70s.
Absolutely.
And when I say dialogue, there's particular dialogue used in this movie. For example, when she goes
Tread lightly.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna say him, but it's the particular dialogue that the little girl uses when those 3 kids are beating the shit out of her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
So they kept it very 70s, and for me, this is just a fucking crazy concept that this is a thing. Like, especially when you do period pieces, you have to remember they weren't talking like how we were talking now. Things were very different. And if you're gonna make a period piece, you have to think of the time that you're in.
Yeah, even the way that they refer to like each other, like not even the bullies. Like, remember one of the first scenes is when they're walking to school and the 2 boys are fighting, and the way they refer to the young what was his name? The one who was actually his friend,
Robin.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah, Robin. Like the way that he's referred to by the bully, like that's fucking insane.
It's called a wetback, no?
That's the word. Yeah, they didn't want to use it, but yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
You know, this is a completely different conversation, but
I know. But
I felt like no hesitation to say it because, I mean, us being Latino, we've either heard it like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And even on TV, Carlos Mencia, shout out. But
oh my God, I forgot.
You mean that joke stealing motherfucker?
Yeah, that guy.
I forgot that he was a thing, man. Oh my God, like, yeah, TV show.
Like, I know Chema was trying not to say it, but like me, just like, oh, that word.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think.
Like, I've been called that word. I don't love it, so that's why. But that language is employed during the movie, and it is. I don't want to say it's appropriate, but it is. You know,
time appropriate.
So, I guess it was appropriate for that time period for bullies, and even then, it felt kind of good that. He kind of got socked right in the face.
That moves actually, they beat the shit out of that kid.
It's really interesting. I don't consider Scott Derrickson like a good action director because, you know, the most action he's done is Doctor Strange. And even then it's very like magical. But every punch in this movie
hurts.
You can feel it, especially if we jump all the way to the end, when he's beating the shit out of Ethan Hawke with that phone, that was satisfying to watch. Like, it felt good. Every punch felt good. I wanted it to keep going.
You know, for me, the hit that hit the hardest was the rock to the fucking side of the head. Ooh. When the sister grabs a rock,
just like what? That's a good sister, man. That's a great
like,
fucking sister.
Dorks. And she grabs a rock and bah, right in the side of the head, and she just, dude. And then, you know, that whole time I was like, are they gonna fucking kick her? Because like this is the 70s, she's getting kicked. And then, boom, she took a fucking kick to the side of the head. I was like, oh, shit.
But you know what's nuts, though? There's still rules of engagement. Because, like, she hit that dude with the rock. He's bleeding on the side. Then,
hey, man, that's a foreign weapon right there.
No. She gets kicked in the face, and she crosses the side, and they're just both, like, sitting there, like,
like we're out.
There's rules of engagement. Like, that's fucking weird, but I like it.
It's like, we're out. We're out. Yeah.
But I want to talk about while the kid's in the basement, because dude, every time we went to him in the basement and he was doing something, whether he was. So, folks, one of the big shticks of this film is there's a cordless black phone in the basement that the kid can hear. It's implied that he's clairvoyant. When he picks up the phone, he can hear the voices of the past victims, but they're not tormenting him. They're helping him. Hey, you know, I have this, under the things over there, you can dig a hole. I didn't have enough time, but the dirt is loose. You can dig there, you know. And then another one, hey, there's a wire over here that you can use. Hey, there's carpets over here. This is how you do this. Helping this kid to escape. Like, because initially I assumed, you know, from the trailers that it's like, oh, they're going to haunt him. No, they help him. These are vengeful spirits trying to not just avenge their death, but like save this kid. Like, hey, we didn't get out. Maybe you can. And dude, every time we were in the basement, I was stressed the fuck out because I was just thinking, please don't walk in on him doing any of this stuff. Please
Dude, that was
don't
a lot
walk
of
in.
tension in those scenes.
Dude,
I remember the whole time I was
out.
like, is he gonna fucking pop up? Is he gonna fucking pop up now? How about now?
Because
like,
there were times when he was just there. Like there were some times when he would just wake up and Ethan Hawke was just standing there. And every time he would be wearing a different mask. And oh god, like they got like they I don't know if you noticed, but like in the first like half of the movie, like all the masks have like these smiles, and then in the second half, they're not. They're angry. They're upset.
Frowning faces.
Yeah, they're frowning faces, and then yeah, it is stressful because you're gonna think that he's gonna notice something. Like he's gonna walk in and he's gonna be like, "There's not what happened to the rail." Like I was waiting for something like that to happen, but it felt almost like a video game. It felt almost like Zelda. Like he puts all of this together, and he formulates a plan like from using the cord to drop him to the hole, to putting the rail into the hole so he can break his foot. To putting the sand on the phone, to using the meat to distract the dog, like all of that, just how everything came together, proved how Ferny should have died, but he managed to put all this together, not in a violent at the end, but like he was smart enough to put all this together. I had a feeling that he was not gonna make it. I really thought that this. I thought maybe this is what's going to happen. Maybe he's going to die. Ethan Hawke is going to go after the sister. The sister's going to be trapped there. She's going to get help from every other dead kid, and then at the end, her brother's voice is going to be the last one she hears, and then that's going to be like the thing that helps her escape. I thought that was going to happen because I genuinely thought this kid was not going to make it. But he proved me wrong. He proved me wrong because he put all of it together in a very smart way, and that is like. It felt like you felt victorious along with him when he put all of it together. It was great.
There's a moment when you see when the kid calls and says, "Don't go upstairs." He's waiting to hit you with the belt. He'll beat you till you pass out.
Naughty boy.
Yeah. Dude, no. When the camera panned up and you saw Ethan Hawke there with the belts, just looking pissed off and angry.
Yeah.
That one moment, he looked scarier, and I'll fucking say it right now. He looked scarier than most of the villains in any Marvel or DC film.
I think he should have been breathing heavy.
Like
they should have. They moved the camera in. You really won't make the fucking guy menacing. Have him breathing heavy, just fucking there, like grabbing the fucking belt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Naughty Boy. I'm assuming he was just waiting for the kids to think about escaping, and then he'd be like Naughty Boy and beat the fuck out of him with the belt.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he said like he'll beat you till you pass out, and I don't know how hard you got to get beaten to pass out with the belt, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, come on, we all know, wink and a smile, huh? Come on.
Hey man, I never got hit growing up. All right, I'm just saying.
You didn't?
Never.
Oh
yeah.
Fuck no, I feared my father. I feared my mother and my father. I knew better.
Pussy.
Fuck no. Well, I never had to test boundaries. Wait, we're getting off topic. Off topic. Anyways. So no, honestly, villain.
So you said you were both really stressed when he was in the room. I was not stressed when he was in the room. The most stressful scene to me was when he's trying to open the lock out of the door, and Ethan Hawke is asleep in the chair.
Oh, that noise!
That to me was the most stressful scene because when he gets to escape and the dog starts barking and he's free for like 20 seconds and then he gets brought back like. Oh god, that whole sequence when he has him in the floor and he has him with the knife and he's like, yell, like just do it, like I'm challenging you. That to me was the most stressful scene, like that one specifically. Yeah.
Did anyone else like bust out laughing when the little girl was praying? She was like, "God, Jesus, what the fuck?
Jesus, what the fuck?
Jeez, what the fuck, Jesus?"
That was the best scene.
Oh man, dude, Chema, I could see your point. If that had all happened remember how the cops get there and you think this is all going to culminate in one big scene, but then the cops show up and they're in the house across the street?
Yeah.
Imagine if that had happened, but it was the wrong house and he still killed the kid. You're like, oh no, he's going to get away. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And he does get the daughter. And then that's where fuck. They could have added an extra 30 minutes to this runtime.
Would have been dark.
Fucking dark.
So question. I don't want to be that guy, but
don't do it, dude.
Okay, never mind.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm kidding. No. So I don't want to be that guy because I hate poking holes in movies. I don't think we're here for that. But this guy has 2 houses, and he
the 70s, bro. What can I tell you?
No. That's housing market. That's another podcast. So he kills them in one and then buries them in the other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just walks across the street in broad nighttime.
Did nobody saw him just like carrying a body from one, like, or did he put it in his truck and then just drive from one house to the other? Like, I don't know. Something about this is just like.
I imagine him being sly like Kronk in Emperor's New Groove.
Is he singing his own background music?
Or what if he's just carrying the body, like kid, like just straight up, and just like walking over?
Just
like the fuck is
something.
that? He's like, I killed another deer. Beef jerky. I don't know, some shit like that. It's the 70s. Like everyone mind their own fucking business. Yeah. Also, it bugged the shit out of me when that kid was running, when Finn was running, and screaming and yelling, "Help! Help!" And you saw the lights come on, but no one stepped out. Like,
it's the 70s, dude. They didn't fucking you don't see nothing, ain't nothing happening.
No, you don't get it, man.
That's how they looked at life.
That's you go look. If you know that there is a fucking like the grabbers out there taking kids and you hear a kid screaming for help, you know what you do? You go out there for two reasons.
But was he screaming for help? I don't remember him screaming for help.
He tried like once, and he did it really late. Also, Eddie, not everyone has a hero complex like you do.
No. Look,
like not everyone is gonna walk out and see someone's screaming and then be like, should I do something? And then look down and see the Superman logo in their PJs and go like, I need to fucking do something, man. Like not everyone thinks that.
It just. I don't know, man. I feel like if a kid's screaming, someone should respond. I'm just saying. Like,
no, that's the thing.
They should, but he wasn't
screaming. He screamed like once, like half-assed.
Yeah.
And what you're supposed to expect people to be like, "Hey, did you hear that?" Yeah, one of them is gonna be like, "No, what?" And then they just be like, "I didn't hear anything after all."
Yeah. Fuck, man, dude, Finn, dude. Did anyone else? Did anyone else's theater like erupt with like applause when Finn's beating the shit out of the guy with the phone?
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, the whole theater was reacting like it was a fucking Marvel movie. This last part when he trips him, breaks his ankle, beating the shit with him, get him. Multiple people in my audience were yelling like it was like we were watching fucking Rocky, but this kid just wailing on him with the phone, and then. It was so satisfying, not just the hits, but when he wraps the cord and he's choking him and the phone's ringing, he's like, "It's for you." And you hear all the kids taunting the killer. And the last line is, what's it? Finn's arm is mint.
Yeah.
God damn.
Like I said, that was one of the most satisfying, I don't know, deaths or like endings. Mm-hmm. It was so satisfying. It is exactly the kind of ending that you want to see in this kind of movie. Because this villain is vague enough and mysterious enough, like you don't know kind of nothing about him. And yet it works. And the movie does a great job in showing you, not telling you. Because I don't care about the grabber's name. I don't care where he was born. I don't care what happened to him when I was a kid. I don't care about any of that. They just give me a fucking sick-ass villain and I'll take him. And it works because it balances out with his fucking brother, who had one of the most had my theater howling with that scene where the detectives come in and have you seen this kid? Yeah, like he sees the cocaine and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he just starts snorting it, and we're laughing and it's
fuck.
Yeah,
and then
and then it's funny for like a second, but then the camera goes down and he's under there, and you're like, "Holy shit, what's happening?" Like what? And then they just start visually telling us, he has a brother. It balances out. That brother, he's the cop detective in Sinister. So he was also in Sinister. The motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Hawk also in Sinister.
Yeah, so they were also there. And also that's another great scene where we see the brother, seeing the door opening and be like, "What the fuck is this?" And then he opens the door and he sees Finney, and you're like, "Holy shit, he's saved!" And then for a second, the fucking axe comes in and he dies.
Dude, dude.
God.
He's like, holy shit, I didn't think so. Oh my god, I'm not gonna hurt you. And like you see the sincerity in his face, and you're just like, oh, a good man. And then he's like,
yeah, like the movie was gonna go so well for a second, and then it just doesn't. And,
he was like, let me ask you a question.
Hey man, did anyone else think that dog looked like Satan? Like, I love dogs.
That was an evil looking dog.
The
evil ass looking dog. What's up?
The big ass dog? The killer's dog?
Fuck yeah, dude. That dog was terrifying.
I mean, yeah, dude. Big ass dog. He'll fucking bite the shit out of you.
Dude, there's a meme on Facebook of like this big black dog with yellow eyes, and it's like, you know, what would you name him? The top comment was Satan. That was the fucking dog.
Reggie.
Dude.
That was a fuck mean ass looking
I probably
dog.
fucking replace his goddamn liver because chances are he's gonna die.
Jesus, man. Jesus. But no,
I was surprised because I was like, in every fucking kidnap movie, it's always about a dude who wants to make a kid into his butt dog. I was surprised. None of that in this movie. I think he was just a straight up murderer.
Yeah, I think he just did it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Which honestly, you know, I respect the hustle. Like,
man, the guy was putting up numbers.
Honestly, yes. Like, how many did he have? Like 6 by that point?
5.
Probably like within like 2 months time span.
No, less than that.
Yeah, because I thought I thought when it starts and it's them, like, you know, they show you like the kid that is the baseball player when they grab him. I thought we were gonna have like a time skip and it was gonna be like, okay, that was in the 70s and it's present day, it's happening now. But no, it stays in the 70s. So how much do you want? Like 1-2 months? Like it cannot be. I think they say it at the end. I think at the end when they're interviewing the detectives, they're like, oh, like this nightmare ends after like so long. I just forgot how much it was. But,
you know, part of me likes to believe, and I maybe I'm entirely wrong here. Like I can be entirely wrong, but the moment that like that dude drops the stuff and he starts acting a little like I'm a magician.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not even me. Little like kid me would have been like, fuck this, turn around and run.
Oh, hold up. Let's stop this right now.
What?
Little you would be in his fucking van willingly. Like, oh yeah, I'll help you out. You're a pretty cool guy.
I don't know. I like to think little Eddie isn't that stupid, but like, I
can't defend you on this one, man. I didn't know you as a kid. He did. I can't defend you on this one.
If we take a poll of our family, everyone will vote. No, yeah, he'd probably be in the van.
But Eddie,
I'm sorry, man. I can't back you up on this one.
But like, also, like, if it's actively known that this grabber's out there, like, why the fuck weren't there cops everywhere? Like, why weren't the parents picking up their kids? Like, hey, most of the time you find a walk home, but there's some dudes like snatching up bodies. I'm gonna pick you up. I'll pick you up at 6.
The dad could barely stand up.
Also, fuck that father. I understand they tried to get him to like. They tried to make him redeemable with the reason why he's such an asshole to the daughters. Like, your mama had the power and it drove her nuts and she killed herself, and I don't want you to go through that. You're still an abusive piece of shit, though.
I guess you could say, the voices in her head, they made her understand, huh? No? All right. Fuck you guys.
I'm trying to think of like the reference, but I
don't get it. Get this reference real quick, you fucking WWE dork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hate you. You ruined the entire joke.
Jesus Christ.
But no, I just think the dad was a piece of shit regardless. Like,
yeah.
And then at the end, he doesn't even hug his daughter. He just hugs the son. Like, I'm so sorry.
Well, the son is the one that was missing.
Look, man.
So, like, I think I understood
you got 2 kids. You love both kids equally. Even if one goes missing, you maybe he'll hug them a little tighter. But you hug them both, all right? It's called equal love. Dumb motherfucker.
You know, and they don't really specify where this movie takes place. It just says North Denver. And I want to say it's probably... I think it's Aurora. Well, it's because there are a bunch of suburbs. And I think it's Aurora because that's where usually the middle, low class live.
Well, also the whole 70s vibe of like the kid on the milk carton vibe, kids missing, stuff like that. But also,
it does a really good. We have to shout out this. Like, it does a really good job in setting itself in the 70s. Like, honestly, any movie that uses Fox on the Run by Sweet is really good in my book. So that fulfilled its whole prophecy. Honestly, that was enough for me.
Final thoughts on this film?
Fucking enjoyed it. I really liked it. Like, I think this is a good. I think I saw someone else say this, but this is a good movie. Like, if you don't like horror movies, but you've seen like It, or you've seen like very few, this is a good one to be like, okay, I watch this, and then I can watch Sinister, and then I can watch like other, bigger things.
Not exactly 100% horror.
Yeah, it's more of a thriller. They really screw the pooch by marketing this as a horror when it's clearly a thriller. It's not Prisoners, which is a better, a kid snatching movie, but this is a really good one too. So yeah.
What's it called? Ferny, what are your final thoughts on this one?
It's nice to see a good thriller. I feel like we don't really get to see a lot of good thrillers. But yeah,
summer movie too.
I thought this was a really good thriller. Very under the radar type movie. But yeah, I would say this movie is an easy 4.5 out of 5.
Solid.
I would give it a shit.
A shit? That's a horrible rating.
That's a horrible rating. Yeah. Shit. I don't know what to rate it. I did enjoy it, but I don't know if it's better than like maybe it's because I just saw it like last night, like literally. Yeah. I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Like, yeah, had a blast with it. Also, it's not long. I think it's less than 2 hours.
Perfect. It had the perfect
hour 40
runtime.
Hour 40.
Yeah. More movies like that, please. More tight little focus movies with less sequel bait. Because I remember I had my screening at like 6:50 and I walked out at like 8:40 and I'm like, that was like 20 minutes of trailers. Like that was a short movie. Yeah. Great. Thank you. And then I was driving back home and I was like, oh, thank God it's still daytime. Like, Jesus Christ. This is the first, also might just say this is the first time in a long time that I walked out of the theater, got into my car, and I had to do like a double check in the back of the car, like, okay, there's no one here, right? Like, I haven't done that in so long, and it made me so props to this movie. It made me do that.
What's called? Fun fact, folks, just so you all know, the director actually said if this movie does well financially, they will do a sequel. Like, he has an idea. No. He says he has an idea that messes somewhat with the same idea like Supernatural, but completely different characters, completely different timeline, but just like a different take on the same concept of like, finding salvation through the help of others, like stuff like that.
Okay.
He has an idea. He didn't say they're for sure going to do it.
I'd rather just see a different thriller.
Just adapt another short story by Joe Hill. Just help us transition easily when like eventually Stephen King passes away. Like, help us transition easily. Yeah. So I think that's it. That's it. Should we start wrapping up, or should we wait until this is over and then wrap up then?
No, let's wrap up quick.
All right.
I give it a B. Watch the movie.
We'll review next. We'll be in touch with that. My name was Chema.
I've been Eddie.
And I'm Fernando. This was your Rollback podcast for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let's cut it.